Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful Friday morning here in Austin, Texas. This is day 1416 of the 3+ Minutes of Planks Challenge, and as always, I am filled with gratitude. Thoughts on my mind this morning. I talked a little bit about this yesterday. I was in a weird space yesterday morning. Nothing specific that I could feel or understand, but just in a funk. And after I dropped my daughter off yesterday, the thing that I wanted to do was just to go home, lay in my bed and just soak. But instead, I ended up going out on a walk. Initially, it was a 15-mile walk. And then later, after I picked up my daughter, they're doing a fundraising campaign for her school. So I did an additional 3 miles of walking with my daughter, doing fundraising. So I got about a little bit over 18 miles yesterday, which I was supremely grateful for. But if I had sat in the feeling that I was feeling earlier in the morning, it would have never happened. As I started walking in this irritable mood, I started to see people along the path and have these moments that sort of changed things. I listened to music most of the time, and what I kept doing was just working through. Like I always say, my closest place to God is when I run or walk. When I'm out in nature, when I'm just trying to process and asking myself what was going on. I think part of the problem was, one, I was just tired, didn't get really great sleep the night before. But one of the other things was the fact that I got into it with my daughter because she ended up breaking the screen on her phone. And just before it happened, I was asking her, I said, hey, do you need help with something? Things of the sort, carrying things. And then minutes later, it happened. And I felt like she didn't see the significance of it. But I think a lot of it is my problem. And there are parts that I need to deal with her. But ultimately, it was my feelings and how I was feeling about it. I think the last thing was my sort of conversation with God, where I see the amazing work He does in my life every single day and how He uses me with other people. But yesterday I was in this impatient mode, like, God, I see all the work you're doing, but man, I feel stuck, man. Like, I feel others are getting things around me and I'm not getting something. But ultimately, I calmed down from there. And then I ended up having this enjoyable, amazing day. But I had to work myself through it. I had to have conversations with my brother Bert, my girl Jasmine. But the one that hit me the most is when my friend Nikki hit me later on in the day. And she shared a song with me, a song called Courage. And it just brightened my day. And then she's told me a story of things that are going on in her life that was so amazing and how God had worked in her life. And it reminded me once again to just be patient and to celebrate my friend. So I celebrated my friend. Anyway, those are my thoughts for the day. As always, be blessed today and every day. Thank you for listening. Peace.